I am well, thank you.
And it's really great to have you. I must tell the listeners also we had a wonderful time, your husband, yourself, and I, as we were discussing this program. But I'm also not alone. Dr. Skriba's here, if you want to say hi to him too.
Evening, Yulanda.
Guten Abend, Herr Dr. Skriba. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Ja, sehr gut, danke. Und selber?
Goed, sehr gut.
Nog nie 'n sin vir humor verloor nie.
Okay, so was dit 'n bietjie Hollands?
Bietjie Duits.
O, bietjie. There we go. Dis Duits. Hoe luister ek dan nou? Sê vir ons tog net sinnetjie dat dit oulik geklink.
Hier, Yulanda is baie goed met Duits, hoor. Sy het my partykeer vasgevra daar in die hospitaal. Ek was gelukkig vir haar was ek nie 'n dokter nie. So sy het 'n ander dokter gehad.
Yulanda, baie welkom weer eens. In 2005 het jou lewe ingrypend verander. Jy het vir my gesê toe ons ontmoet het oor hierdie program, dis nie iets wat 'n mens in 'n boek lees nie, dis nie iets wat jy 'n SMS oor ontvang of 'n live lesson ontvang vir die tyd nie. Dit is beslis nie 'n memo wat jy ontvang nie. Vertel ons wat gebeur het.
Yes, indeed, Denise. 9 years ago, my life was changed irrevocably. On the 25th of August 2005, I accompanied my son and his grade 7 classmates on their school outing to the top of Table Mountain. On the way back in Kloof-Neck Road, our bus was involved in an accident. I was flung through the windscreen and sustained a spinal cord injury, which rendered me a wheelchair user. In a nutshell, I went out one day and returned home 4 months later in a wheelchair. So yes, indeed, my life changed irrevocably. But in a way that nobody could have predicted. Because this life-altering event ushered in a new, exciting season of my life. And the subsequent journey of coming to terms and living with disability impacted me in 3 significant ways. Firstly, I discovered abilities that I was blissfully unaware I possessed, namely that of a public speaking ability and a writing ability. Number 2, I unearthed my life assignment / calling / purpose, whatever you want to call it, and realized what I must do with the rest of my life. And thirdly, I underwent an inner transformation over the years, which took me to a more substantial place in my life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, psychologically. So yes, it's been a mind-blowing, soul-enriching 9-year journey of discovery, education, growth, and personal evolution. And I can now say with absolute clarity and certainty that the accident was a gift to my life because it happened for me, not to me. And I just praise God for the gift.
And Yulanda, that is really, Yulanda, that is, one could say it is mind-blowing how one could come from an experience such as this and to be at the place where you are now. Could you tell us a little bit, because it was not an automatic progression. It was not automatic. You were at that place where you were denying. And the entire denying it and bargaining. Tell us a little bit, how did you experience that? The loss.
Yes, I went through that. In fact, at the rehab center, the Western Cape Rehabilitation Center in Lente here, we were told that there is a difference when human beings encounter trauma. When they suffer trauma, there is a very definite pattern that is followed. First, you are in shock, obviously, because you really go like, what just happened? And then there's a denial because, I went through that and I thought, okay, that's not going to affect my life. I'll still be able to do X, Y, Z. But then reality sits in and that's when the anger comes. And believe me, the anger is like a volcano erupting. So I did that, I was angry at the bus company. I was angry at the school. I was angry at the Department of Education. I was just really angry. And yes, I was even angry at God. And I showed him my middle finger for a while. And then the depression comes in, but once I'd gone through that, I got to the point where the depression came, then you just don't. I didn't even want to do physiotherapy because my philosophy was, what is the point of physiotherapy? I'm going to be in this chair for the rest of my life, so why should I be doing that? But I very soon realized it's a counterproductive way of interacting. This happened and I have to move forward on this journey because I'm retarding my own progress. So I kind of made a pet to this card, I bargained with him. I said, okay, I'm done showing off my middle finger. I can do this as long as you're with me. But then also I put in a little clause, I said to God, but at some time, can you organize healing for me?
Yeah.
Because, as human beings, you think that, first of all, this shouldn't have happened, and this shouldn't have happened to me. And I mean, I was a child of God. I was a diamond. I committed my life to the Lord. So my thing was, God, how could you do this to me? I followed the rules. I live my life by biblical principles. So, in all of this, please organize, that I get healed so that my life can be restored.
Yulanda, so you are a mother, you're married, mother of 5 boys, you said?
Yes, 5 sons.
5
including
sons.
a set of identical twins.
And a set of identical twins. Now, on this day,
Yes.
International Day for Persons with Disability, what would be the final message that you would leave to the listeners and every other disabled person that is listening to this discussion now?
What I have discovered from my personal experience, that, when something, especially something of this nature, something that's really upends your life, something that just throws your life into disarray, when something like that happens, very little of it has to do with the actual event. The main thing it has to do with you as a person, because like I said earlier on, I underwent an inner transformation. And yes, it wasn't easy. It was 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. But you're still going forward, in that process. So it was a dance that I did, with life, with a journey, with everything. And but it was a journey. That is the important thing. It's a journey. So give yourself permission to just have those down days. When you do, you are feeling a bit of a victim. But don't stay there. Don't eat company and your tent van verdriet me. Because this journey is here to make you better, not better. Those are Oscar Wilde's words. The difficult things in life are intended to make you better, not better. And that I came to learn on this journey. And Romans 8:28 is my favorite verse. But the way I say it in my own words is that there is nothing that happens to you that cannot work for you, because that is what I discovered on this journey. It has transformed me as a person. I'm now a public speaker. I am a writer too, and these are people I didn't even know were there. I was a stay-at-home mother of 5 over years, and I enjoyed that job. And I thought I was going to be that for the rest of my life. And then this happened, and God just opened a whole new chapter of my life. So yes, the difficult things are intended to make it better, not better.
Yulanda, now it's public speaking, it's leadership causes, it's all happening from your wheelchair. Do you want to just give our listeners that want more information on public speaking, on the leadership causes that you present? Is there a contact number, email address that you would maybe like to share with us?
I'm on Facebook, Yulanda Gombard, which is my maiden name on Facebook. And I am a motivational / transformational speaker, and then my husband is a life coach, so I do my individual thing, but we also do something as a couple. So in fact, we're having something this Saturday at the Draft restaurant in Willowbridge Mall, where we present leadership workshops and personal development workshops. And then, of course, I'm also available, to do talks. Like, in fact, Michelle was on earlier.
Yeah.
She's at Yulanda2 High School, and I did a talk for them. I met her at that talk that day, just a few weeks ago, because I get my message out there, of transformation, of overcoming whatever life throws at you, you can do it.
Net voor jy gaan, Yulanda, I just want to ask Dr. Skeba, is there anything you want to ask Yulanda? I liked what she said about moenie in jou kampie van verdriet bly nie.
Yulanda is another example of how to overcome your obstacles. And I think, as you've said, you've gone through all those phases. And the problem is, and what people often, and many of our listeners might identify with, is that people have different ways of dealing with it and different durations. Some people go through them very fast and accept, and other people take a long, we've had patients that don't accept their disability for 10 years afterwards, and they've got this will to prove people wrong. So one has to give space to those people, and Yulanda is very inspiring. I think it adds on to the whole theme of the day, and which I've said about the awareness of how people actually can integrate, how integration of people with disabilities happens in all spheres, and I think we have to salute you for that, and we look forward to hearing your name all over the show, Yulanda. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Yulanda, and we also just want to tell our listeners again, our SMS line is 32716. If you just want to send a very special message to any of our telephone guests, you may go ahead and do so. Thank you so much for your participation, Yulanda. We trust.
Baie dankie Denise. Ek het dit regtig baie geniet. Baie dankie.
Ons geniet jou altyd en sê groete vir jou pragtige gesin, jou man en mag jy net 'n wonderlike res van hierdie aand hê, hoor.
Ek sal so maak. Baie dankie.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Mooi bly. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye bye.